Today I would like to talk to you about how to create a plaster gauze mask. You will need plaster gauze, approximately 18 to 24 small pieces. You will need a bucket or a bowl of some warm water. You will need some plaster of Paris, and of course you will need some newspaper to cover your work area. You will also need access to paper towels. The first thing you're going to do is to cover your participant with damp paper towels. This will allow the plaster not to stick to their face. It will also allow them not to get plaster in their hair or on their clothing. It is very important that you cover your participant very well. Also, you will want to leave the nose open so that they can breathe, or possibly their mouth, or if they're claustrophobic, they may also want their eyes open as well. One of the most important pieces when you are applying the plaster gauze is to try to create as small of a nose hole as possible. This is done by tucking the plaster very tight to the nose area on the sides, and when you put the plaster piece on the bottom, that you capture the edges of that nose very carefully, as seen here in this picture. Also, as you are applying the plaster gauze, you want to make sure that the bumpy side is up and that you continually smooth it and rub on it to get rid of the plaster bumps. Also, it is important that you not stretch the plaster gauze over the eyes. You want to make sure you kind of tuck those in so you get nice variation in the mask. Another thing you're going to do is after you have that first layer on of gauze, you're going to frame the face by folding the plaster in half. You can see this creates a smooth edge along the side. It will also double the plaster strength and create a nice foundation all the way around the mask. As you place the plaster on the face, make sure that the mask is symmetrical, that the plaster is not longer on one side of the face than the other. You will continue to apply a frame all the way around the mask. This will provide reinforcement and also a nice smooth edge all the way around. Once again here, you see it folding in half and creating that nice smooth edge. Also, keep in mind you want the mask only about as high as their hairline. Otherwise, if you go too high up, it feels more like a helmet. And the same thing under the chin. You just want to go slightly under their chin. If you go too deep, again, it feels more like a helmet. Another thing you're going to do, if you have access to it, is plaster of Paris. Mix a small amount of plaster of Paris in a disposable container with just a little bit of water to almost a gravy-like consistency. After you have applied the plaster gauze, you're waiting for it to set up. By applying this thin coat of plaster on it, creates a smoother surface. It also allows you to sand the surface if you even want more of a smooth surface. So this is a nice step if you have access to it. If you don't, it'll be okay, but this does create a nice smooth coat. When you are done, you're going to gently pull the mask off. The paper towels will more than likely stick to it, and that's okay. You're just simply going to pull those off as you are working. Your participant will be glad it's off, but they may have a little plaster under their nose, may need to use the restroom to clean up themselves a bit, and while they are, you are going to finish the nose. By taking a little bit of the damp paper towel and pushing it through the bottom, you will then create the structure to finish off the nose. By using half sheets of the plaster, you're simply going to rub it on there and create a nice finished product when it's done. When it's all said and done, you should have a mask that is symmetrical and smooth and ready to embellish and to create a work of art. Very good.